Hey everybody, it's been a while. I've been on a long vacation. I was gone for almost the entire month of August visiting my kids. I spent a couple of weeks in St. Louis with my oldest son and his family, and then I made a trip up to Minneapolis from there and spent 2 weeks with my younger son and his family. So, yeah, you can tell, kind of wore out, but it was a great vacation. It was almost like being at a spa. I didn't have to do anything except keep track of my granddaughter and keep up with her for 2 weeks. That was fun. She's 7 and she's quite the little firecracker. Then, when I got up to Minneapolis, I got to meet my younger son's new girlfriend, which, yeah, a couple of years, but thanks to COVID, I didn't really get to see them. So it's my first time for meeting her, and she fits right in. I just love her to pieces. So that's always great. Um, there are those who say, well, why didn't you vlog your vacation? Well, because then it wouldn't have been vacation, would it? Nope, it was called Turn It Off and Just Relax. Now, the only thing I was really kind of dreading about this was the flying, because you never know what's going to happen. Well, it started out, I had a flight. I actually deliberately made the flight from Corpus to Houston early in the morning, figuring, oh, nothing will be delayed if I leave early. Wrong. It's like I get to Corpus, I get through security, I'm sitting there waiting for my flight at 6:30 in the morning, and get a text message that, oh, it's been delayed. Okay, it's sitting at the gate. What's the delay? Well, apparently, we didn't have a pilot. We had the pilot that was supposed to fly that flight had an emergency and had to go to San Antonio because his daughter apparently got hurt or something. And so they had to fly in a pilot from Houston to take our plane. So we were like 3 hours late getting, off the ground. Well, of course, this messed up my flight from Houston to St. Louis. So I finally get all that settled, and they got me on the next flight. So I think I got to St. Louis about 4 hours later than I had intended, but otherwise it was, it was fairly quiet. I'm not real big on, hanging out at the airport, but, Corpus wasn't so bad because Corpus isn't that big of an airport. But when I got to Houston, it was like the people were beginning to get on my, how do I put this? Not get on my nerves, but create anxiety. There were just people everywhere. So I finally went and sat in the middle of the concourse where, everybody wasn't hanging out waiting to board the plane. But, I got to St. Louis, got a big hug from the granddaughter and the kids, and had a fantastic time at their house. We didn't really leave much. I mean, I don't go there to be a tourist. I lived there for too many years. It's like I've seen it all. So we just had fun. Then when I got ready to go to Minneapolis, everything was on schedule. I got to Minneapolis in time. And now my son lives in Big Lake, which is about 45 minutes from Minneapolis. So it was late by the time we got there, and Liz was already sleeping because she had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work. And so I didn't get to meet her till the next day, but it was quite the treat. And sitting there, I expected it to be August, and the first thing we had to do was run to Walmart and get, some long sleeve shirts and a windbreaker so that I wasn't freezing all the time. I'm used to it being hot in Texas. And it was in the 60s a lot of the time I was there. But they've got a beautiful place there. They just moved there last winter from Washington State. So they've really got a nice place. You can't see their neighbors. You get up in the morning and all you see out the window is trees. There's just no curtains on the window, just trees forever. So we had a really great time there, and both of my sons are really good cooks, so I was privy to some pretty good food. And then coming back, now we were delayed leaving Minneapolis, but only by about 20 minutes. So I got to Chicago and literally got off of one plane and got on the other because we were still sitting on the tarmac waiting to get up to the gate when I got the notice that my flight was boarding. So it's like, oh, just get me out of here. So, I was maybe 20 minutes late when we got to Houston. That flight was about 20 minutes late, so I got into Corpus at around 6 instead of around 5:30. But otherwise, it was a great trip. I came home with a $200 voucher for my next trip because of the delay. And then I checked my bank account, and I had paid for priority boarding in Houston, and they kicked that back to me. So all in all, it was a good trip. We had fun. Can't wait to do it again. Probably not going to go to Minneapolis in the winter, but, it'll be fun. So I'm back on track, just getting a few things done, trying to get caught up, because, of course, when you come home, you got to unpack, you got to do your laundry, blah, 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 blah. So I think I'm beginning to get on schedule, but next week my husband's on vacation, so I'm not going to get much done then either. But I just thought I would drop a quick video and say hey, and then I'm back and ready to go. See you later.